Yo guys, how's it going? 33rd RPM here, back for another album review. Today, I'm talking about Childish Gambino's Because the Internet. Now, Childish Gambino goes by many monikers. You may know him as Donald Glover, obviously is Childish Gambino here. You see him on the front there in this. This is a pretty cool album cover. He rose to prominence doing the TV show Community, and then he even did some stand-ups. This guy's really a triple threat, and he honestly can rap really well. This is a solid rap and R&B record. I'm just going to say that straight off the gate from this guy. His first project, Camp, was phenomenal. Camp has received many critical acclaims for just being a very vulnerable, but at the same time, intense rap album, and I totally agree. And I would say that this is more of the case, even though this record takes more of a serious tone throughout it, as with Camp had kind of this lighter side to it in parts of the tracks. Now, this was originally released on vinyl as a Record Store Day exclusive, but I'm pretty sure they've been pressing some recent copies because I'll be able to find it, as you can see here, in the flesh, at a little record place that I've been investigating around here, and I was stoked to see this. I've been looking for this album. I am a big fan of it. I think this is a great project. So, let's talk about it. This album, like Camp, has a storyline with it. It is about the boy who, if you know, at Camp, you followed his adventures at the time of it, and one of the really cool things about this vinyl release is it comes with the screenplay. So if you do know, there's a screenplay written to this album that you're supposed to listen to the album as you read the screenplay. It comes in a 72-page booklet in here, which is awesome. It's really cool to have a nice physical edition of this. I'll show you that a little bit later as I get into what comes in the album. This album opens up with the track, The Library Intro. It's 6 seconds long, it means nothing. The first real song is called Crawl. Haunting song with these really punchy synth / drums, which just kind of fade out until they hit again. And this, I don't really know how to describe it. If you ever seen if you listen to AWOL Nation or heard the song Sail, it has that kind of vibe of the guy saying Sail, this guy going, in the background. It's a little off-settling the first time you hear it. Unsettling is the word I'm thinking of, sorry. And it goes in this really catchy chorus, but at the same time is very, I don't know really how to put it, kind of, haunting is the best word I can say, very drab, very avant-garde, not a lot going on, not a lot of complex things, but at the same time feels like there's a lot more going on. It's a great song. The next song on here is World Star. I'm not too big a fan of World Star. It's supposed to be about the media and how about everything that gets eventually put on World Star. I mean, there's one part in the song where he starts chanting World Star, like people do when they start filming the videos where they put on World Star. I honestly can't describe to you why I don't like this song. I just simply don't. I think it really grates on my nerves after a little bit. I'm hearing him say it so many times, and I really the beat doesn't sit right with me. So I guess I can't describe why I don't like it. The third song on here is, I believe, the worst. The next song on here that I want to mention is The Worst Guys with Chance the Rapper, Chance the Chicago MC, who has, his Coloring Book mixtape, his Acid Rap mixtape, and his 10-Day mixtape, which I am a big fan. I covered his Coloring Book mixtape a couple of videos ago. He doesn't really add too much to this song, but it's nice to see him credited on here. This is an awesome song with Gambino doing some pretty, his flow is pretty on point here at one point as he describes the situation he's in about blasting Jackson 5 in the back of an Acura, which is, it's a cool song. It's interesting because the chorus is just this repeated line, all she needed was some. So, obviously the first thought is, like, dick, like all she needed was some dick. But I really love how he just leaves that open to interpretation. Like, as the song, you really formulate your own opinion as the song goes through, and he talks about that. So I don't want to ruin your interpretation of that by talking about the song too much. Next song I'm talking about here is Oakland, which is credited by his fake personality in here called Lloyd. And it starts with this really cool, like, radio interlude where it's like, this is W1079 feature, this is new music, I need you to turn it up and let me know what you think. This is Lloyd, Oakland. And he actually sings in this song, Gambino does. It's like a modern pop song. He sings through the song, and then he has a rap verse towards the last quarter of the song, and then the song ends. However, I really think this song is really awesome. I love the chorus, how laid back the song is, and very low key. The instrumentation really, besides the drums, don't really give that much of an impact. They just kind of glide the song along with the lyrics. It's a solid song, especially a very solid pop song. Next song on here is Sweatpants. Sweatpants is the equivalent to Bonfire on, if you listen to Camp, such amazing bars that Gambino came out with in Bonfire. I mean, the opening words is, okay, it's Childish Gambino, homegirl drop it like the NASDAQ, move white girls like this coke up my ass crack, and he just comes out on Bonfire spitting for this entire song, which is only about, like, I guess 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's got some of the best lines in that entire album, and same on this song. There's some clever wordplay that comes in and out. I'm more green than my Whole Foods and I'm too fly. Jeff Goldblum got a glass house in the Palisades, that AKA White Hood, OKKK. I love listening to this song, and it really ends in this really high note where he says, I don't give a fuck about my family name. And this whole song is just has this really driving force behind it as Gambino rides the beat perfectly, which is this very interesting beat. It's a little bit off tempo. It's doon 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 doon. Like, I'm not doing it justice because I'm singing it too high. Never wanted to sing stuff correctly, but this is an awesome song, a really, really cool track to listen to. And honestly, a little bit funny, the chorus has them repeating the line, are you eating though? The next song on here that I want to talk about is 3005. This comes right after Sweatpants. This is a kind of a popular song right now, at least where I'm from. A lot of people are listening to it. It's kind of a sing-songy song, especially for Gambino. However, he does have some pretty cool lines on here, just talking about loving someone until the year 2005 and this kind of relationship process. The script explains things a little bit more if you're reading the screenplay along with it. Now, here's my issue with the album. The second half of the album has some good songs, like Earth, the Oldest Computer, and Life, the Internet's Biggest Troll. But the rest of the album just kind of feels to me. Songs like the Stockholms of Zealot, and then the songs, like the song The Party, Messing Around Before the Party Starts is okay. But the rest of them just kind of don't live up to the hype of the first half of the album for me. So I really turn off the record when it gets to that point. So I would, that's a big concern to me, is that he doesn't really finish strong. So let's get briefly into what's in this album. You can see on both sides, there is no, like, this may look like there's something there, but it's not. Like, you can push it through either way. There's no cover on either side, which is a little bit interesting. So it comes off into this package. Have our first record sleeve here. A little bit disappointed because the records, there are 180 gram, I do appreciate that. But if you look on here, this is just the label. I mean, it just says glass note at the bottom. There's this little design on the sleeve. It's the same on both sides. There's no tracks anywhere. It doesn't tell you which side has the tracks, which I really don't like. It tells you in the screenplay book, but I would have preferred it on the actual record, so in case I get them mixed up, you know. So let's put it down here. I may have to make sure I don't mix up the records now. It's the same for the other one. The sleeve's a little bit different. So here's the main selling point of this, if you're into physical editions, the screenplay. So there's a little bit, it's kind of like might be like a Minecraft version of the cover, a little bit smeared everywhere. It says Childish Gambino on the side. There's the back, similar to the album back, and it says, I don't know if you can read that. It says, because the internet in white letters on the side. So this is printed exactly like a screenplay is. We have all the track listings on the inside instead of on the back. I would have preferred it on the back, but, you know, it's quotes in this anyway. Here's the screenplay. I'm obviously not going to show you all of it because you really have to sit through and read it. But it's just written like this with directions of who's supposed to say things and who's supposed to play what parts, and some funny jokes in here. You can get a sense that Donald Glover really likes Adventure Time from a couple references in here. And then, of course, here's the back page where it does tell you what song, I don't know if you can read that, I'll move it a little closer. What songs are on what side and stuff. So this is a solid thing to have. I like it a lot. It's paper, you know, it's a paperback, there's no hardcover, but it was still a really cool edition. So without further ado, I'm going to give this album a 7.5 out of 10, but that's only because the latter half kind of drags for me. I'll say if you're a fan of Camp, you will really like this. If you are looking to get into a rapper who has some real personality and something to say, I would definitely check out Childish Gambino. this is, just because I said it's a 7.5 doesn't mean it's not a good album. I still think the first half is very strong. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and especially subscribing if you do that. It's awesome that you would take the time to do that for a really small channel like myself. Anyway, though, I will catch you in probably a couple days. I actually have to transition houses in a couple days because I'm moving around here. So hopefully after I do that, we'll make a new video and I'll talk about something different. Until then, I'll see you next time. Keep on spinning, guys.